to Kush News, the newscast of the African diaspora. I'm your anchor, Ochanda, daily bringing you the top stories from Africa and the Caribbean. Let's take a look at today's news on Thursday, July 6, 2023. We go to Tunisia, where the relocation of immigrants to a desert sparks controversy. Tunisia has deported hundreds of sub-Saharan African immigrants to a desolate area along the border with Libya following days of violence between immigrants and residents in the port city of Sfax. The disturbances began after a Tunisian man was killed in clashes with immigrants. Residents complained of disorderly behavior by the immigrants, while immigrants themselves complained of racial harassment. A human rights activist told Kush News that police had sent hundreds of immigrants, including women and children, and left them in a closed military zone along the desert border with Libya. There are reports of migrant beatings and ejections from the accommodation that they had rented. Also, arbitrary detentions by local residents over the past several days before police intervened and restored order. The deportations come amid a huge surge in immigrant migration across the Mediterranean from Tunisia this year. Tunisia is under pressure from international communities to stop large number of immigrants from departing its coast. Tunisian President Kais Saied said that Tunisia will not be a border guard and that it will not accept the settlement of immigrants in the country. Sfax in Tunisia witnessed a surge of African immigrants crossing its borders illegally as they seek to embark on boats operated by individuals with hopes of reaching Europe. This influx has led to an unparalleled migration crisis for the North African nation. Those in Tunisia, let us know your thoughts and let us know if you are on the side with the president or if you're on the side with human rights activists. We want to know. Let's go to East Africa, where Sudan has dozens killed from a recent shelling. At least 24 civilians reportedly died in fighting in and around the Sudanese capital of Khartoum and its city of Omdurman. The capital city and its adjacent city, Omdurman, saw shelling by the Sudanese armed forces targeting neighborhoods under the control of the paramilitary known as the Rapid Support Forces. The shelling lasted all morning while the Air Force flew sorties over the sky all day. A radio station in Sudan said that ground reports have had the Rapid Support Forces having formations, and also at least 4 civilians have died from shellings fired by the Sudanese armed forces. Violent clashes between the two sides were also reported in the area of El Shajara. More than 20 people have been killed and dozens wounded during heavy fighting on Tuesday. And the Association of Professional Pharmacists say that a pharmacist was killed in the battle, while a bombardment killed 3 people and destroyed a number of houses in Bat El Mal. Emergency room in Omdurman have warned that serious injuries have continued to arrive at a hospital in El Thrama, while amid a severe shortage of medical personnel and also medical supplies. The Sudanese Doctor Syndicate says that they were injuries in Omdurman, pointing to the urgent need for doctors, surgical gauzes, and anesthesia drugs also. Those in Sudan, let us know your thoughts. Let us know if you feel that an end will come this year or not. Let's go to Southern Africa, where the president of Tanzania has arrived. The United Republic of Tanzania's President Samia Suluhu Hassan has landed in Malawi this afternoon for a 3-day visit. Suluhu Hassan is in the country at the invitation of Malawi's President Lazarus Chakwera. She will be, among others, attending Malawi's 59th independence celebrations and hold bilateral talks with the president and visit one of the most affected areas by Tropical Cyclone Freddy. Apart from attending the independence celebrations, which will be held at the National Stadium, the Tanzanian leader will be attending a national service of worship also at the Bingu International Convention Center. According to a public statement released by the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, the state visit will also consolidate and hold on the strong ties that Malawi and Tanzania have. Also, it will show that based on historical ties and mutual interest to promote the living standards of the people and of the two countries and sharing a common interest in global cooperation. Those in Tanzania and Malawi, let us know your thoughts on the president of Tanzania visiting, and also happy Independence Day today on July 6th to the country of Malawi. Happy Independence Day again from Kush News. Let's stay in the region and go to Rwanda, where Paul Kagame has attended the 50th CARICOM conference. President Paul Kagame has rallied for a coalition between landlocked countries and sea-locked islands in the Caribbean, saying that if the two blocs work together, their voices can be heard. He made the remarks in Trinidad and Tobago, specifically Port of Spain, where he is attending the 45th regular meeting of the Conference of Heads of Government in the Caribbean Community, known as CARICOM. CARICOM is celebrating its 50th anniversary also this week. In June of 2024, Rwanda will host the third UN Conference on Landlocked Developing Countries, and according to Kagame, it will serve as an opportunity for both the landlocked and sea-locked countries to stand as one. He stated, in terms of climate vulnerability and financial needs, there are similarities between landlocked countries and small island states. And we could think of it as a coalition of the landlocked and sea-locked, if you will. He went on to say that money isn't everything and that there is a need to concentrate on what we can do for our own, on our own, without waiting for anyone else's approval or funding. And emphasizing the collaboration, Kagame said that smaller countries gather strength by working together in their own regional organizations and integrating their economies and sharing infrastructure costs. He expressed optimism in the collaboration and added that landlocked and sea-locked countries can enable free movement of people by removing obstacles via travel and exchange. He gave an example where he pointed to Guyana, Barbados, and Rwanda that have embarked on a program of mutual support for the local manufacturing of vaccines and medicines. During the session, also, Kagame took time to speak about the situation in Haiti, which he said can't be ignored. He said that the history of my country shows that no matter how bad things are, nothing is beyond repair and there is always a way forward. The turning point starts with the leaders of this country and the wider region at different levels coming together to forge a new unified path. When that process begins to occur, he said, then external support can be part of the solution instead of being part of the problem. Let's come together as Africa and the Caribbean and do the best that we can for ourselves and our people. Those in Rwanda and those in the Caribbean, let us know your thoughts on Paul Kagame attending the 45th regular meeting of the heads of Caribbean's government. Also to the president of Rwanda. Kush News applauds you. Good job. Let's go to the Caribbean and end it there. And also make a statement with Martinique and Curacao to join CARICOM. Martinique and Curacao are set to become the latest members of the Caribbean community. CARICOM chairman and Prime Minister of Dominica, Roosevelt Skerritt, told reporters that the closing of the 45th Heads of Government Conference in Trinidad and Tobago has a mandate that has been given for all outstanding negotiations to be completed by the end of August so it can be ratified. The French and Dutch-speaking islands will be formally welcomed to CARICOM at a special ceremony in Guyana. Martinique and Curacao will be associate members, along with Anguilla, Turks and Caicos, British Virgin Islands, Cayman Islands, and Bermuda. As an associate members, Martinique and Curacao will be allowed to attend meetings and participate in the deliberation of CARICOM bodies. The CARICOM website said that associate members can be members of all CARICOM institutions. The Prime Minister of Dominica noted that more than a decade ago that the Dominican Republic was engaged, but the discussions were suspended. And he said that there's a growing interest in CARICOM and that the changing realities of the world can result in the Dominican Republic becoming CARICOM's 23rd member. We'll wait and see. Those in Martinique and Curacao, let us know your excitement about formally joining CARICOM. Congratulations. Let's go over and stay in the Caribbean, where CARICOM leaders agreed on free movement. The CARICOM chairman and the Prime Minister of Dominica, Roosevelt Scarra, announced last evening that leaders have agreed to have free movement for all categories of people by March of next year. The announcement was met with cheers from Caribbean leaders and diplomatic representatives present in Port of Spain, Trinidad and Tobago for the closing conference of the 45th regular meeting of CARICOM heads of government. He stated that obviously there are some legal issues that we have to examine, and we have been given our legal people and some months to examine those legal issues and to ensure that they can come to us by the 30th of March. Of course, we have this new security agreement in place already that governments can benefit from. But we believe that this is a fundamental part of the integration architecture. And at 50, we could not leave Trinidad and Tobago and not speak about the core value and the individual movement. And that's people's ability to move freely within the Caribbean community. Currently, university graduates, nurses, teachers, media workers, musicians, agricultural workers, and private security officers are among the 12 categories of people able to seek employment in any of the Caribbean countries. The Prime Minister of Dominica also said that the expansion of free movement will not be extended to Haiti, as Prime Minister Ariel Henry asked for the French-speaking island to be left out of the arrangement due to their humanitarian, social, security, and political issues. Current visa arrangements placed on Haitian individuals will also remain in place. In addition to free movement, the Prime Minister said that there will be a certain contingent rights, such as access to primary and emergency health care and free primary and secondary education. One of the heads of leaders for Barbados, Mia Motley, said that the development is timely given the challenges that Caribbean countries face, a number of challenges that would require for them to work together. And what we're doing is to ensure that the desired heads is met by the reality of this implementation. And we give ourselves this period of time to be able to make amendments so that the treaty, so that countries can do so without fear of any further restitutions. Those in the Caribbean community, let us know your excitement. Congratulations. You guys are going to be able to move freely across the Caribbean. And also to the heads of state of the governments. Good job. Kush News applauds you guys. When we come back, we will have today's African proverb of the day. Don't go anywhere. What's going on? I'm MC Cadero, and I'm here at a graduation party. Double graduation party that I was booked for. That's right, you can also book me with 15 years experience. It's www.mccadero.com. See you soon. Oh, hey, didn't even see you there. I'm Ochanda with Kush News, exclusively on Kush Convos TV. We provide the news each and every single day to the African diaspora. Numbers show that the African diaspora population globally is at over 100 million. This is your chance for your business to have ad placement during the show. We offer different ad packages. And once again, we provide the news each and every single day. When your dad has a problem with his glass eye, we provide the news. When your best friend has brought over her kids so she can go out, we provide the news. When your cousin has came over, used the bathroom, and now the toilet is clogged, we provide the news. I'm Ochanda at Kush News. Reach on out to the email address below. 2, 1. Welcome back. Let's take a look at today's African proverb of the day, and it comes to us from Ethiopia, the Lion of Judah. Once again, huh? Getting a lot of Ethiopian proverbs recently. It might be a sign. Maybe I'm supposed to go to Ethiopia sometime soon. Who knows? And it reads, eat when the food is ready. Speak when the time is right. Once again, eat when the food is ready. Speak when the time is right. Ethiopian proverb. So you can take this as there's a time and place for everything. Or you can take this as you can make your own time. You know, you don't have to wait for others. You can create your own path. Become the master of your universe. Let me talk to you, young man. I always promote that, becoming the master of your own universe. Make your own decisions. Create your own path. Don't be reliant on external factors. Let me know your interpretation of today's African proverb of the day, as well as your thoughts, views, questions, comments, and concerns on the top stories. Don't forget to like, subscribe, Hit that notification bell for today and any other time that we upload material. For Kush News on Kush Convos TV, I'm Ochanda. We'll see you soon.